In the small town of Ravenswood, a mysterious young girl with piercing green eyes and long curly brown hair appeared out of nowhere, sending shockwaves through the community. Her name was Emily, and her sudden presence sparked a flurry of whispers and speculation among the townsfolk. It wasn't long before strange occurrences started plaguing the town. Residents would wake up in the dead of night to the sound of whispers in their ears, only to find no one there. Others reported seeing Emily wandering the deserted streets, her eyes glowing like embers in the dark. Some even claimed to have seen her conversing with an unseen presence, her lips moving silently, as if responding to some invisible voice. As the days went by, the townsfolk grew increasingly uneasy. It was as if Emily's presence had unleashed a dark energy, seeping into the very fabric of their lives. People began to avoid her, crossing the street to get away from her, and yet they couldn't help but be drawn to her. She was an enigma, a puzzle they couldn't solve. Rumours started to circulate about Emily's past, about the strange circumstances that had brought her to Ravenswood. Some said she was an orphan, abandoned on the outskirts of town with no memory of her past. Others whispered that she was a runaway, fleeing from some dark tragedy that had befallen her family. But as Emily settled into her new life, strange things began to surface. She would often be seen talking to an old antique music box, her eyes fixed on the spinning ballerina as if it held some secret message. And then there were the nightmares, the ones that left her screaming in terror, her eyes wild with fear. As the people of Ravenswood delved deeper into Emily's mysterious past, they discovered a connection to a series of bizarre events that had occurred in the town's history. It seemed that Emily's family had been involved in a strange cult, one that had dabbled in dark magic and human sacrifices. The townsfolk began to suspect that Emily was somehow linked to these sinister events, but they couldn't quite put their finger on how. The more they learned, the more questions they had. How had Emily's family been involved in these dark rituals, and what was the true purpose of the cult? The answers, it seemed, lay hidden in the shadows of Emily's troubled past. As the truth about Emily's identity began to unravel, a sense of unease settled over the town. It was as if they were sitting on a powder keg, waiting for the spark that would set everything off. And then the unthinkable happened. A shocking revelation that would change everything they thought they knew about Emily and her dark, mysterious past. But as the dust settled, the people of Ravenswood were left reeling, trying to make sense of the horrors that had unfolded before their eyes. One thing was certain: nothing would ever be the same again. That's the chilling story of Emily, a tale that will haunt your dreams and leave you sleeping with the lights on. But if you're brave enough, take a moment to share your thoughts in the comments below. And if you're craving more spine-tingling content, be sure to check out another one of my horror stories, if you dare.